Hello everyone, I'm Savaş Girgin, and today I'm going to give you some information about TOEFL IBT. About 10 days ago we had a webinar and we gave some information about IELTS and TOEFL IBT exams, and now I'm going to review those these points here again, and you're gonna see what TOEFL IBT is like, what the question types are, and whatsoever. Yes, let's begin. Yes, TOEFL IBT, TOEFL internet-based tests. So this is our website, temadil.com, and info@temadil.com is our email. Please feel free to email us whenever you like. Yes, what is TOEFL IBT? First of all, let's start with the reading parts. There are 3 or 4 reading passages in TOEFL IBT. It starts with inference questions. It starts actually. There are inference questions, there are vocabulary questions, reference questions, and purpose questions, and detailed, factual information questions, essential information, sentence simplification questions, sentence insertion questions, and complete the summary question, and complete the table questions. So you can there can be either 3 or 4 passages in TOEFL IBT, and there are usually 3 or 4 there are 36 to 56 questions. It can change. You can either be asked 36 questions or more than 36 questions, or you can either be asked 3 texts or 4 texts in TOEFL IBT. The listening part takes about 60 to 90 minutes, and there are 34 or 51 questions. So this is the question range. And so what do you do in listening part? You listen to lectures, classroom discussions, and conversations, and then answer the questions. So the listening part of TOEFL is note-taking. First, you listen and you take your notes while you're listening, and then you look at your notes and answer the questions. This is how it works in TOEFL IBT. So the question types are detailed question, inference question, attitude question. You try to understand the attitude of the speaker, function questions, gist content question, gist purpose question, connecting content question, and organization question. These are the question types which are asked in the TOEFL IBT. So let's continue with the writing task. In TOEFL IBT writing, there are 2 tasks. The first task is the integrated task. What do you mean by integrated task? There is listening and also reading. So you integrate these 2 tasks and write a composition. So let's see what we mean by integrated tasks. You'll start by reading an academic passage. This passage is about 300 words long, and you have 3 minutes to read it. Next, you listen to an audio clip of a professor giving a lecture on the same topic and as that of the passage. And this lecture will usually be about 2 minutes long and will either agree or disagree with the points made in the passage. So what you do is you combine this information, and you write your composition. So of course, while you're reading and while you're listening, you can take notes. So you look at your notes and then you write your paper. Finally, you will have 20 minutes to plan and compose a short essay about 150 to 225 words. So this is the length of the TOEFL IBT essay in task 1. And of course, you need to explain how you support or challenge what is written in the passage. You will not write about your own opinion for this task. You read, you listen, and you combine this information you read and listen, and then you write your essay. In task 2 is essay writing. That's independent, what we call it independent writing task. And you have a question on a particular topic or issue. You will have 30 minutes to plan and write a response to that topic that explains your opinion. You will need to give reasons that support your decision. It's recommended that your response to this task will be at least 300 words. So you'll be graded on how well your essay is organized and how accurately you use English to express your ideas. So it's basically an essay writing. So there'll be introduction, body paragraphs, and the conclusion. So this part is independent writing task. So the total time for writing is 50 minutes for both tasks. In this speaking part, there are 6 tasks in TOEFL IBT. So let's see what they are. In the first one, we call independent speaking task. So you look at the question, you read the question, and you have 15 seconds preparation time. You prepare your notes, and then you hear the beep sound, and in 45 seconds, you present your own ideas. In task 1, and the question type is like this. You will be asked a question about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, just like I said a minute ago, you have 15 seconds to prepare and then 45 seconds to speak. And for example, choose a place you go to often that is important to you and explain why it is important. Please include specific details in your explanation. So this kind of question, you just think about it for 15 seconds and then you hear the beep sounds and then you talk about the place that you like to go often. In task 2, there's paired choice. And what do you mean by paired choice? It's again, first of all, you have 15 seconds preparation time and 45 seconds to speak. It's again independent part. And for instance, you may see this kind of question. Some college students choose to take courses in a variety of subject areas in order to get a broad education. Others choose to focus on a single subject area in order to have a deeper understanding of that area. Which approach to course selection do you think is better for students and why? So in 15 seconds, you choose one of them and you stick to that point and then give your presentation in 45 seconds. So you'd better choose one of them, one of the ideas. So either variety of subjects or single subject area, because you have very limited time. It's only 45 seconds, so it's better to choose one of those ideas and then talk about it. In sections 3 and 6, there's the integrated speaking tasks. And integrated speaking tasks here, what we do in integrated speaking tasks, you will read a short passage and then listen to a conversation. It was just like the writing part, actually. And on the same topic, of course, then you'll be asked a question about them. After you hear the question, you have the 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. So here you have 15 seconds more, and here again you need to speak 15 seconds more than the independent task. For instance, and you can meet this reading, bus service elimination plan. So it's the 45 seconds reading time. You take your notes about it, and then you start listening and related to that topic. And then the question comes, the man expresses his own opinion about the university's plan to eliminate the bus service. State his opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. And you hear the beep sound and you prepare your response and then you give your response. Yeah, in task 4, you will now read a short passage and then listen to a talk on the same academic topic. You will then be asked a question about them. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. As you see, task 3 and 4 are related. So next, yes. So here the listening, you listen, and then preparation 30 seconds, and then response. So same thing repeats itself. And yes, so you can read a text like this, social interaction. You read it. I'm not going to read the whole text now. You can just, if you like, if you're interested, you can just pause and read this text. You can see what kind of texts you see in TOEFL exams. So remember that you have only 45 seconds to read and take your notes. Here comes task 5 in TOEFL IBT. So you will now listen to a conversation. You will then be asked a question about it. After you hear the question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. So here, as you see, you only listen, and this time you have 20 seconds for preparation time and 60 seconds presentation. And here's the question. The speakers discuss 2 possible solutions to the woman's problem. Describe the problem and the 2 solutions. Then explain what you think the woman should do and why. As you see, also you're expected to give your own opinion here after you present the main ideas in this listening, and you explain what you think the woman should do here. As you see in task 6, it's part of a lecture. You listen to a part of a lecture and then you take your notes and then prepare 20 seconds and then present in 60 seconds. So, this is the question. Using points and examples from the talk, explain the 2 definitions of money presented by the professor. We're not showing you the listening part here. I'm just showing you the question types here. And so these are the question types. So here, as you see, the listening skills, especially the note-taking skills, are very important. So if you are preparing for a TOEFL IBT exam, that means you need to improve your note-taking skills. So note-taking skills is really important in TOEFL IBT. You need it in writing, you need it in speaking, you need it in of course listening. So listening is really important in TOEFL IBT. So it's the end of the test. Thanks for your time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and here are our social network sites. You can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on YouTube, and please feel free to email us or call us. Here's the telephone number and our email address. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Take care.